Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kristen informed Xander at the DiMera estate that Rolf was certain his serum would heal Sarah of her immobility. Do you have any encouraging news for me? Kristen inquired. Xander attested to Sarah's withdrawal of her claim. So, please, may we have that serum? Xander inquired. Kristen inquired as to EJ's reaction to Sarah's recantation. Xander sidestepped the query. So, EJ explicitly declared he would not pursue the charges? Kristen inquired. To gain a confirmation, Kristen called EJ before Xander could respond. After taking her phone, Xander hung up. I was aware of it. Are you not telling the truth to me? Stated Kristen. We followed your request. Xander remarked, we told EJ that Sarah had changed her mind, but he just wouldn't listen. To put more pressure on EJ, Kristen recommended that Sarah disclose the incident to the public. Xander declined. Why? Kristen inquired. Xander clarified, because he's threatening to prosecute Sarah for giving a false statement to the police. After everything Sarah had gone through with the accident, Xander claimed he could not allow her to go to prison. Xander retorted that Kristen could not ensure Sarah would stay free, despite Kristen's claim that no judge would put Sarah behind bars. Xander, this isn't right, Kristen remarked. Please, I'm not disputing that. I exerted my best effort. But please, Kristen, please just bring me that serum, Xander begged. Sarah should have the opportunity to walk once more, Xander contended. Xander, I apologize. Can't work with the serum. A deal is a deal, remarked Kristen. Do you lack empathy? You owe Sarah this after everything you did to her on that miserable island. Xander bellowed. Kristen restated that unless Brady got away with it, there was no arrangement. Xander maintained that Sarah's daughter required her, to which Kristen retorted that her daughter also required her father. Kristen pushed Xander to come up with a fix. Admire B&B, Days, General Hospital, or other soap operas. Participate in the discussion on our SC boards. To interact with fans and start a conversation right now, click this link. Kristen remarked, now, I want Sarah to walk again, but I'm not running a charity. Kristen cautioned Xander to exercise caution when he grabbed her arm violently to shake her. That serum is only accessible through me, Kristen remarked. Xander released his grip. Not just you DiMeras are capable of the unimaginable. Have you recently checked in on Rachel? Xander inquired. What makes you ask that? Kristen shot back. Xander said, just letting you know what I'm capable of. With a frown, Kristen cautioned Xander not to put her loved ones in danger. Kristen said she would make sure the serum was destroyed if Xander injured Rachel. Can we communicate with each other? Kristen inquired. As he left, Xander snarled, damn you. Pouring herself a drink, Kristen gazed at Stefano's painting. Papa, don't you dare to stare at me like way. Both of us are aware that you might have done far worse to win your desired outcome from your opponent. Kristen remarked, I just hope I inspired Xander enough to help Brady get away from those charges. In a toast to her father, Kristen raised her glass. Eric questioned Sarah in the Kiriakis' living room, asking if she was filling in for Fiona. You believe Fiona struck me? Why? From where is this coming? With Sarah asking. Sarah was asked to confirm by Eric. No, Sarah replied. Where did you obtain this concept? With Sarah asking. Eric claimed to have heard Fiona and Sarah discussing a secret. Sarah clarified that Fiona was not the subject of the secret. What topic were you discussing? Eric queried. Thinking back to her chat with Fiona, Sarah realized that she had admitted to lying to the police in order to keep Xander safe. I'm not sure, Sarah said to Eric. Sarah emphasized that Fiona had not been the subject of the secret. Sarah declared, I sure as hell wouldn't cover for her if Fiona had been the driver. Eric didn't seem convinced. Sarah questioned Eric about his level of confidence that Fiona had been the driver. Eric stated, "The night of your accident, Fiona and Brady were together." Sarah acknowledged that Fiona had never told her about that. "How are you aware of this?" with Sarah asking. Eric clarified that Fiona and Brady had left the bar where Brady had become intoxicated, and the waiter had seen this. Sarah sought for further information when Eric indicated that he had questioned Fiona. Sarah was informed by Eric that although Fiona had initially insisted on leaving the pub apart from Brady, Fiona had later acknowledged leaving the bar with Brady after he had informed her of the waiter's remarks. Sarah said, "So, she changed her story." "Yes, and here's another untruth." Eric claimed she said she went after Brady and convinced him to take a taxi, even though she knew he was intoxicated. "You don't think she's real?" with Sarah asking. Eric declined. Eric continued, "And I don't think she claimed she hadn't had a drink all night." Fiona was not a drinker, as Sarah observed. "That's her claim," Eric whispered. Eric sighed and said it didn't matter because Sarah had recalled that Brady had been driving. Eric expressed regret for charging Sarah with lying. "I'm working on it. Furthermore, I am aware that your sibling is also having difficulties." Sarah remarked, "I know he's feeling so guilty, and he has to go to jail now. It's been extremely difficult, of course. Not that any of your struggles are comparable. All that worries me is him and his children." Eric stated, "I just don't want to lose him." Squeezing Sarah's hand, Eric turned to leave. Sophia greeted Fiona on the plaza. The boy Sophia admired had split up with his girlfriend, she informed Fiona. Sophia grinned and said that Holly started a conflict, and that's why their relationship ended on its own without her intervention. Fiona requested Sophia to visit her in the cafe so she could tell her about the breakup. "Grab this," Sophia remarked. She completely went behind his back and started going through his father's stuff. "Seeking what exactly?" Fiona inquired. The important thing, Sophia shrugged, was that her crush had discovered his girlfriend was lying. Then all of a sudden, she tells him it's over, Sophia remarked. Fiona perked up when Sophia mentioned Holly and Tate. "Are you acquainted with them?" Sophia queried. "Not at all. Not very well," Fiona said. "I just happen to live in Holly's house." Fiona's expression clouded as Sophia laughed about how coincidentally Fiona had ordered a martini from her. Fiona responded, "You have to forget that I ever ordered that drink." Sophia yanked her arm free from Fiona's grasp after she reiterated her command. Sophia cried out, "I heard you. I apologize, but my son and his family think I'm clean. And it would be awful for me if they found out otherwise," Fiona added. "What's the main concern?" Sophia queried. Sophia was forced to vow by Fiona that she would never disclose to anyone that she had given Fiona alcohol. "Sophia, I'm not some naive, lovesick teenager who you can tease about with." Fiona snarled, "You keep your lips shut, or you'll be sorry." Sophia expressed her understanding. "I'm not a spy," Sophia declared. To make sure Maggie had arrived at her destination to meet Nicole for dinner, Holly called her from Paris. Maggie wished good fortune to Holly. "You and your mother won't find this to be an easy conversation," Maggie remarked. "I just hope you'll find it in your heart to forgive her." Holly stated, "We'll see." Maggie and little Victoria were sitting outside the Brady pub in Salem. Tate stopped to say hi and sat down with Maggie on the bench. "What's up with Sarah?" Tate queried. Maggie thanked Tate for his concern, observing that Sarah was adjusting. "I just wanted to express how awful I feel about what transpired with her." Tate added, "And my dad does, too." "I'm sure he does," Maggie remarked. Tate was asked whether he was okay by Maggie. Tate conceded, "Considering Sarah is in a wheelchair, it seems wrong to feel sorry for myself." Tate was told by Maggie that it was okay for him to feel that way. "I feel like everyone I love is slipping away from me," Tate said. "Mom and Dad." "And Holly?" Maggie shot back. Tate questioned Holly's well-being. Maggie clarified that Holly had taken a plane to Paris in order to visit her mom. Maggie stated she had to have an open conversation with her mother about her father's passing. Maggie stated Nicole had made the choice because she had wanted to protect Holly when Tate said how awful it was that everyone had lied to Holly. Tate remarked, "It still doesn't justify what Holly attempted to do to my dad." Maggie questioned Tate about his meaning, perplexed. Tate told Maggie all the specifics of the split. Maggie was taken aback to see Holly hit Sophia. Maggie countered, "Then she must have been provoked." Tate shot out, "No, all Sophia did was call Holly out for spying on my dad." Maggie questioned Tate's certainty. Tate reluctantly said that Sophia had told Holly she felt something for Tate as well. "That is, indeed, provocative." Maggie remarked, "You know, I don't think Holly would hit her." Tate said he'd been a wonderful friend to Sophia. Maggie arched an eyebrow, wondering if Tate felt the same way about Sophia. Tate was not going to answer when Holly called Maggie's phone. Maggie said, "I have to take this." Tate nodded, bid farewell, and turned to leave. Holly informed Maggie that her conversation with Nicole had gone better than anticipated when she returned the phone. Holly remarked, "I don't know, she seemed really sincere. She basically just apologized a bunch." "That's excellent. Now, where is she?" Maggie inquired. Nicole had gone home to relieve herself as the babysitter, Holly recounted. Holly said, "I wanted to have time to think, so I stayed behind."